Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. So today, I'm live again from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. I hope you guys are hearing me well. Leave comments. Actually, some of you already, wait, this is today's chat, right? I already see a lot of comments, so thank you. I hope you are not like arguing or anything. But how are you all? And where are you from? I see familiar names a little bit. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about the nuclear, what you call, like atomic bombings day. I don't even know how to say that in English. Oh, Yoko, somebody said hello. Oh, super chat, rented identity. How's it going? Thank you so much. I'm doing great. Ohio. When you say Ohio, it sounds like good morning in Japanese. So just say Ohio to, any Japanese, they'll say like Ohio back. California. Yay, Vermont. Ooh, cool. Let's see. I wanted to show you I saw today is August 9th. So I heard another siren at 11 something time. So, on August 6th and August 9th, as you know, atomic bombs were dropped in Japan. And each time, like it's been 75 years this year. And every year we hear a siren each time. Like, each time it was dropped, and we pray for all those people that were, affected and everything. And yeah, it's kind of a traumatic sound because we are taught from like really like elementary school, I think, that we learn like how awful it was and everything. And it's like when these days come, I'm like, anyway, I saw. Leave questions, by the way. This is Q&A, so I'll be taking your questions. Oh, somebody is from Canada. Oh, Mississippi, Texas. Yeah. Aloha from Hawaii. Whoa. Aloha. I saw this. This is Shimbun, like conservative-leaning newspaper in Japan. And it's not really conservative, but it's conservative-leaning. But anyway, you see Biden and Obama here. Can you see? Yeah, because Biden said, it says Biden, world without nuclear weapons. So same as Obama, right? Like Biden was the vice president for former President Obama. And obviously Biden is, copying or carrying on Obama's strategy, right? The world with no nuclear weapons. And at the same time, I was really angry with what Biden said. And so I actually looked up his words, like what he said. Like it shows the Japanese version, and I wanted to see what he really said in English. So I searched, and he said, I have all this memo here. So he said on August 6th, when, Hiroshima bombing day, he said, I will work to bring us closer to a world without nuclear weapons so that the horrors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki are never repeated. He also said collective responsibility. Yeah, he used the term collective responsibility to ensure such weapons will never again be used. And he also said showmanship with North Korea, like regarding Trump, showmanship with North Korea has not constrained its growing nuclear arsenal. And it's like, but when Obama said, the world without nuclear weapons or with no nuclear weapons, I don't exactly remember the term, but what Obama administration did was, their policy was strategic patience, and that basically meant doing nothing and let your enemy do whatever the heck you want, or they want. And so in the meantime, while Obama was in power, North Korea was free. They kept developing nuclear weapons. Also, China was free also, I feel. And so this is his words are very what he's saying and what he's doing by that is contradicting. And that angers me very much as a Japanese, because today, if you don't want to repeat the same horror, as he said, if you don't want to repeat this history, then you have to stop China. That's what we have to do. But Biden is backed by China, right? So that really makes me angry. What are you doing? And obviously, America took the strategic patience policy, and that just increased our enemies. And Japan being the strong alliance of the United States today, it really just angers me. Why? Biden is using us Japanese to, attack on Trump administration and also to, help our enemy. So I'm really, angry about all this stuff. And on the contrary, Pompeo is so much different from Biden. And he said there was articles about Pompeo saying Pompeo wants China to join in nuclear disarmament. So that's what we have to do. We need to stop China. So yeah. Oh, super chat. Thank you, Vicious Victor T. Question from USA. Do you know about Wu Mao? Wu Mao? Ooh, I don't. Mao as in Mao, or I need to look up. Motakto? No. Let me see. Ooh. The thing about us Japanese is that we know all these names most of the time, but we don't know the English version. While I search, you guys leave comments. Oh. Is it Gomo ne? Gomo. 50 Cent Party. Oh, wait, I will... Yeah. You see, Wu Mao. So these are Chinese cyber agents who, leave all this comments and everything. Yeah, we hear that often here in Japan. It's at first we started to hear about it in Hong Kong, but because all these terrorists, all these white shirt people were called to be Wu Mao, I believe. But right now we see all these Chinese agents online, and some are even pretending to be Japanese, and they're they use this tricky way or approach to seem to pretend to be Japanese. So for example, they pretend to support our current administration, Abe administration, and with the premise they attack Japan. So yeah. Oh, interesting. Cyber socialists. Yeah. See, our enemy really is socialists and communists, but Biden saying stuff how he wants, he doesn't want the history of atomic bombs. He doesn't want it repeated again, but he's actually making it happen by, welcoming socialism to America. And if he really, North Korea even is like socialist country, I would say. And is he stopping the country? Is he really working on it? He's just saying things, and I can tell from Japan, So if you have any questions, leave me in the comment section. Let me read your comments. Not Nego Goldman. I can't read your name, sorry. But I heard someone say social issues that happen in America is what will happen to Japan in 5 years. Do you think this is true? Social issues. I would say that all this liberal propaganda will be always copied by the leftists in Japan, if you know what I mean. For example, we have all these protests against our current administration, which is in a great relationship with Trump administration. And those liberals or leftists, so-called leftists, attack our current administration, and they use the same tactic, like LGBT, women's rights, and even Black Lives Matter. And they use all these same things to attack our administration. And even social issues too, but also like internet and also trends. Like all this, I think my country is largely influenced by America, really. I'm always looking at America. And for example, when I was in university, I was using MySpace, and Facebook came in. And at first I was like, Facebook, like it's so simple and boring, I thought. But my friends in America were using it, like online friends, and also like my university friends. So I started to use it, and people around me, like Japanese people, didn't get it at all, even YouTube. But like it was not even 5 years. It was about 10 years later, people started to realize that it's a great tool to communicate and so on. And so I'm always like ahead, and people follow me, but not realizing that I'm like ahead. So I'm always lonely in a way. But social issues, I would like to know what social issues you mean though, so that I can answer better. Yoko, do you think that having an ethnically homogeneous society is helping Japan avoid some of the issues that America is dealing with? I think so. Because I don't know if it's about homogeneous, but it's more of a religion, I think, that I don't really want to call our religion or culture as religion, but it's called Shinto, right? Shinto. And also it's combined a bit, like in daily life, it's combined with Buddhism too, a little bit. But in Shinto, our emperor is such a important, he plays such an important role, and like we are one big family. So it's not like we're like each of us has our own role. So meaning like men and women have different roles, and we have all I feel like we have legends regarding like male and female, like our kami, like god-like figures. And so we believe like we have this common values. So that's what's uniting us, right? And America, the last time I checked, 70% of Americans are Christians. And that's, uniting the United States, United States. But and nowadays, though, the leftists in the U.S. are bringing the minority issues and trying to change the what you call like the body of America, I feel. But what was the question again? While I'm answering, I always like derail. So sorry for that. But oh yeah. So maybe, yeah. I think Japan owned by Japanese people does help the the issues from the same you know what I mean. Oh, super chat, Donnie girl, thank you. That's so cute. That's a Shiba Inu, like this guy. So I have a Shiba dog back home, and this is a replacement. Aloha. Let's read more of your comments. This is a Q&A session, so leave any questions, whatever it is, like, it can be politics, it can be whatever you like. Ooh, I wanted to talk about something too. Did you hear about Five Eyes, like Japan? Like there's an argument that Japan should join Five Eyes about like cybersecurity, or like not like that, but like information sharing among the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. And Japan is one of the G7, and we're like one of the top countries in the world, but we don't even have this what you call spy prevention law. So like, of course we should join, but we can't. And man, all this, like other countries are taking all these things to counter China's threat, but my country is so behind, and I'm really worried. And for that, I'm really thankful that you guys are here to interact with me, because I'm glad that Japan is not left alone. That you guys care enough. So thank you so much. Oh, I saw something about South Korea. Round B said, I think the South Koreans need to get rid of Moon. Yes, we should do it like globally. Like people say like, oh, don't, interfere in other countries' domestic politics. But China is doing it, even using like, the Wu Mao, somebody pointing out. But yeah, there are even like those Chinese, our enemies, pretending to be on our side online, and doing all these maneuvers. So we need to counter that. And President Moon must go. We need to do something about it. Oh, by the way, I am really worried about the election system in the US. Oh, there's a mailing way, like voting system, like you can mail or something, right? That's so scary. Also, I have this schedule. There was this part of this newspaper, like I cut out this part and put it here. I don't have a glue, so I use Post-it notes, but it shows the schedule of the presidential election. So this gatherings, what it called? Convention? I forget. And then September, blah, 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 like all these rallies. No, not rallies, debates, I mean. And yeah, Ohio, Utah, Florida, Tennessee, and then voting day. So isn't it interesting though that like in Japan, your election is like reported as if it's our country. So we are very familiar with what's happening. Oh, mail-in ballots. Oh, that's how you call it. Yeah. The vote is rigged for Democrats. Yeah, the reason why I remembered this is because one of you mentioned President Moon from South Korea, and South Korean election was rigged. Like it was such a fraud. So conservatives in South Korea are very furious about it, and but the level of the fraud though in South Korea is so bad. Like it's so obvious. Like the box of all this, what you call ballots? Is it the ballots? The papers? Like there's a huge hole. And somebody just took it out or replaced it or whatever. And that's the worst example. But there are many others. And I've actually interviewed this South Korean man in South Korea. And it's in the playlist of our series called Freedom Intelligence Network. And there's a video where we interviewed him in English. So South Korea, Ebizuka Trio says, South Korea and Japan really need to let go of the past bad blood. They're integral to security in Asia against China, and infighting leads to disaster. Exactly. Yes, that's why communists dig there. They actually intentionally do that to, like, they bring out all these arguments between South Korea and Japan so that they can divide us. And I didn't know about such a strategy by communists, even though it has been going on since before the World War II, as the record show. So,
you missed my super chat.
Oh, Jim, I missed your super chat. No. Oh, here you go. Sorry for that. I don't know why this happens. If Japan becomes a nuclear power, so will South Korea. And given relations between the two countries, that would be extremely dangerous. Is that complete? If Japan becomes a nuclear power, so will South Korea. And given relation between the two countries, that would be extremely dangerous. Oh. Like if both of our countries become nuclear powers, then they'll be dangerous. Yeah. But don't worry though, Japan will never have nuclear weapons, fortunately or unfortunately. Like Japan is such a democratic nation that nuclear weapons is something that we will never have. There are people that want to have the weapons as deterrent, of course, but post-war education has brainwashed us. And also we, not only that we were, attacked by atomic bombs, but also we had the nuclear power plant accident. There was a disaster in Fukushima Prefecture, as you all probably have heard. There was an earthquake and tsunami hit the nuclear power plant, and there was the leak and everything. And so we are like, that was a second stage of us being traumatized by nuclear power. So, military aside, I think the Japanese people have some kind of allergy to nuclear power. Yeah. Oh, super chat. Thank you, Vicious Victor 2. You think mail-in ballots are scary in the US? LOL. 20 million guns were sold in the last 3-4 months. Whoa, that's actually natural reaction in the US. That's good. That's good to hear. What? 20 million? 2000万か。Whoa. That's like I'm almost like tearing up because it's so like awesome. I mean, it's bad. Like it's a reflection of how awful the situation is in the US, but I'm pretty sure the people were horrified in the US. Like, we are talking about politics, and you and I, we're kind of like a tough team, right? But like ordinary people, like let's imagine like elderly women or something, like living in a suburb area. Like I bet that people are very frightened by what's happening, and guns are important. I don't know why though. Why people get so like, those rioters, like terrorists, go like that. Like, you can't be that stupid. Can you be? I don't know. So that's good though. But what I'm saying though is that that the election can be rigged, and coming from Japan, our election system is something that you can never do like frauds. Like it's always like completely secure, and you can never manipulate the results. But I've read like mail-in ballots or can be like you can manipulate, and that's something that I am questioning. So I don't even know how it works, but yeah, there was something about the mail-in ballots thing, though. Like I read about it, but I forget. The schedule. I forget what I was going to say. 郵送と期日前投票があるって言った。
そうだ。もう
You can vote to like way earlier too.
9月から。
Oh, and also there's like swing states, right? Like this newspaper says, Sankei Shibu says, like President Trump is think it's a problem that there are states in the U.S. that you can vote starting in mid-September to late September. And I mean, like they start the reception, and there are 8 states like that, and they can vote before watching the first debate of those 2 candidates. And those states include Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and so on. Like really like battlefields. And yeah, like our newspaper is now talking about all this election background and everything. So I need to learn more. Anyway, before I forget, the last I just came, like I got ready and came here, and my husband had left me this book, which I wanted to introduce to you a week ago. This is about Japanese history in English and Japanese, actually. And so you can see, you see Perry from America. Was it 1853? Knock, knock, like came to Japan and everything. And you see, this is like a textbook, Japanese textbook, but it has English as well. So you can read stuff. Anyway, so I will link this. Learn about Japan 111 highlights from history and culture. I will link it somewhere, maybe on this video or on my Twitter. Okay. Oh, is it Biden or Biden? It's Biden. Biden. So the first one is Biden. Yeah. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Okay. Rented Identity said, you guys don't even want the right to have arms, meaning guns. So you probably also don't want nuclear weapons. Yeah. What's interesting though is that we don't have guns, but you can always use knives. So people actually harm each other with knives. Like it's, yeah. Like of course it's. I think it has some relevance to the frequency of crimes or something, but I don't know. People come up with all these vicious things anyway. but that's a good point though, that even individuals are not armed, so our country is not armed. Like the way of thinking is the same, right? Oh, another super chat. Vicious Victor T. I don't know about two candidates. Biden doesn't know who Joe is at this point. Didn't Joe Biden make another gaffe? Something about like Black community and Latino community, like about diversity. It was so weird. Like I listened to that a couple times to make sure what he's saying, and I did not understand. But and and Biden, by the way, is he going to go on a debate against President Trump? Because he's gonna hide, man. Hiding in the basement. He already is hiding, I feel. But where did I write? I forget. Where did I write? CNN, like he mentioned something on CNN, right? No, it was not CNN. My note is so chaotic. But anyway. Oh, now I remember. I wrote it right here at the, at the very top. Former Clinton press secretary Joel Lockhart said Biden should not debate Trump. That's so interesting. They're gonna hide and we won't let that happen. I don't know. Like if there's any way that we Japanese can help you with that, let me know. Because we're in this together. You know, the world is watching you. So, yeah, man, I'm a little worried. Like Japanese conservative people are analyzing that President Trump is in a bad place. Like as for the election, that many people are saying like, oh, Biden is winning and so on. I don't think so, though, like judging from your reactions and also just watching Twitter or Facebook, like the old, like usual stuff that I was paying attention to back in 2016. Like, I don't see any difference. But, and also you guys, one of you mentioned about the gun ownership, like it's, people are buying guns to protect themselves because their country is in danger. So I don't think that people in America are stupid, you know, like all these rioters and terrorists, they are trying to end America. Like this is something I have to make like a solid video on, but America is not divided. Like political opinions always vary, even in homogeneous Japan, right? Political opinions are always different in any country where freedom exists. So it's not a problem. It's rather a reflection of how free your nation is. So it's not something that you should think negatively about The only problem is that the rioters and terrorists in America right now, like Black Lives Matter or Antifa people, they are there to end America. They want to change America. Like, in order to change America, what they mean is they want to end America. And those, it's not the division. It's just terrorism that they just, they don't consider themselves as Americans, obviously. They don't want to be Americans anymore. So it's not like divided. They are just quitting and attacking America. And the rest of Americans are united. So yeah, that's the picture that I see. So every time the left side uses like division, I'm like, no, that's not how you look at it. So yeah. Oh, the sunny person is like here again, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, if you have questions, leave me. Again, what did I write in the title of this live stream? What did I want to talk about? Other things? Oh, I need to, like, I wish I had a helper. Like, I wish somebody could. Ebizuka-san, opinion on Article 9, repeal and create a proper military or stick with a self-defense force. Conservatives in Japan want to, for those who are not familiar, our constitution prohibits us from having our own military, right? And it's Article 9. But conservatives want to write our own constitution, but we know it's impossible. So we want to change Article 9, which prohibits us from owning our military, right? And we do want to revise our constitution, but we live in a post-war regime. So it is really unlikely. Prime Minister Abe was there, like, we chose him because he's the most conservative person, like politician in Japan, and he's very, very powerful politically also. So we had our hope that he can actually make it happen. And his party right now, I mean, the governing parties, like all together with this other party, the governing parties have all these seats to make it happen, but they never talk about our constitution because the left side, like our opposing party, the leader of our opposing parties is very, very like radical left. And so they always, we had our version of Russiagate kind of scandal. It's not even scandal, but the left side kept attacking the current administration by what they call is a scandal. So yeah, Jim. Where's Jim? Okay. Oh, Jim, thank you. Are traditional Japanese cultural activities like no drama, tea ceremony, kendo, etc. still popular with young Japanese? Well, you asked a good question because I used to do kendo. I was a captain of kendo club back in what you call junior high school, junior high school. Yeah. So, and I was actually one of the strongest kendo person in the district. So I had like trophies, like not the number one, because like every time the last tournament, the last match, I'm like, oh, what if I win? And then bam, and I lose. So every time that happened, like, what if I win? And yeah, but I was very strong and very known. My grandpa's brother, who actually died in the World War II, but he was the number one kendo player in Japan. But anyway, kendo is still very popular. and no, I believe, no, oh no, I'm not sure, but tea ceremony and so on, like all these traditional things, Japanese people still love it, and I think we are rebranding our own culture in a more fashionable way, like modern ways. So yeah, we love our.
ノードラマは全く誰もいないよ。
According to my husband, no drama, nobody watches. Yeah, I never hear about it. But kabuki is popular. Let's read your comments. Maybe Japan should pay to keep Okinawa military bases. Yeah, we are paying so much though, just so you know. But, yeah. I'm just reading your comments, sorry. Your wife watches no drama? Oh, interesting. Yoko-san, you cannot let Japan end up like Great Britain. Yeah, what's happening in the UK? Oh, UK is something I wanted to talk about too. That we are renewing our agreement with the UK because, Brexit is happening. And right now we have so-called EPA, like economic agreement, but it's going to be expired due to that. So our top people are negotiating with the UK, and we are going to have something new, like a new deal. And it's important because we, economically, we need to help each other, because all this, what we believe here in Japan is that we need to protect our freedom and democracy so that we can defeat the authoritarian regime of CCP. So, yeah, it's important. Oh, another super chat. Thank you, Vicious Victor T. BLM organization, not necessarily protesters. All donations are given to Act Blue. Oh, yeah. Funneling agent for the DNC. If those donations are not spent within 30 days, those funds are given to the DNC. Yeah, I heard about it too. That if you don't pick, like you go to the website, you try to give donations and you don't pick, and it goes to Act Blue, I believe, to the Democratic Party, right? Yeah, it's awful. Like, people should pay attention more, where their money is going to. Another super chat, Cristobal Jorge? Sorry, I can't read. You're so cool. Thanks for your videos. Oh, thank you for your comment in super chat. I like everyone who calls me cool. Yep. You guys are cool, by the way, just so you know. The stream is cutting out. Is it? Oh, I hope not. I'm reading your comments. The UK has gone to shoot. Absolute leftist shoot. Is it? I want to make friends with British people. Are there British people in my community? Somehow I've never got along with British people because, in Japan we get to only meet liberals, right? So, yeah. But I'm watching a new TV show on Netflix. I always like to relax it, right? At night or in the morning. And I'm watching this thing called Nimue. and I just like the main actress, so that's why I started to watch, but it's in like British accents. So last night by myself, I was like practicing British accent, but I can't. I can't, you know. So funny. You're part Scottish. That's cool. I'm Australian. Is that close? Oh, cool. Australia. Man, I want to make friends with Australian people too. Like it's like, you know, sea power unite. Yeah, America, the UK, Australia, even India and Japan. We need to unite, you know. Yeah. Let's read. Question. What do you think about immigration policy in Japan? Oh, it's a sunny person asking. Immigration policy? Our governing parties try to advance our immigration policy, but people stop it. Because Japan is just a conservative country, you know, generally speaking. And we know that people that don't have common values as us commit crimes and also, you know, break the harmony of our nation and so on. So I think that's just a cultural background. But and what's funny is that our governing party right now, I mean, the government decided to get some people from like foreign workers from overseas. And what happened was that we set these standards to let foreigners work, like special kind, right? Like special kind of foreign workers. We wanted those to come here. However, our standards were too high for foreigners. And it's like, I think 10%, less than 10% is like we wanted, of course, we wanted estimated like 100% coming in. Like we calculate everything, but it's like 10%, only 10% is coming in. So it's a mutual thing. Japan is, it's so hard to living in Japan. You know, just to live in Japan, it's so hard, you know. And you guys are obviously helping me with Super Chat, so thank you. And even those who are not using Super Chat, like just you watching these videos, you really makes a difference in my living. So thank you so much. How's the Islam situation in Japan? There are Muslim people here in Japan. I even have Japanese people, Japanese friends that are Muslims, and I'm great friends with them. There are mosques too, I believe. I don't know about elsewhere, but there's one in Fukuoka Prefecture. And what's unique about Japan is that our religion or culture, our religious background doesn't forbid other religions, because what we focus on is different. If that makes sense. I need to talk about our religion one day, I think, even though it's really difficult. You need to throw out those Western liberals from Japan. They will spread their woke social justice warrior progressive culture. Yeah, as I said before, it's been happening. The celebrities, like foreigners that are celebrities here, like Americans on TV, they are liberals and they speak negatively about the conservative side or Trump side. And they attack on President Trump, and they always justify the left side, and they're brainwashing the Japanese people. But fortunately, though, now is the information generation. So on Twitter, there are Japanese people living in America that are like importing American real information to Japan in Japanese. And I think, like, of course, there's me, and there are lots of people trying to be the bridge, so that even though there are really threatening figures in Japan from America, we are, like, conservative people are really strong and dominant online in Japan. So I think in this information war, at least for Japan, we are kind of leading. So I'm not too worried about it. But at the same time, I really want some Americans who can speak Japanese to come here and be famous and join in our political discussions and so on. Just like I'm doing to you, like vice versa. We need to do that. 10 more minutes. Yeah, this is an hour session. So if you have any question, let me know. America is a very good place to live too, but there are many Americans. A lot change depending on the place in the US. Yeah, that's what I realized. Like, America is so huge that the culture and everything, like, even how each town is made or structured, it's different, I feel. And even though it's the same country, and even though it's united, lots of different things. In Japan, anywhere you go, unless you really go to, like, really, really countryside, unless you go to such a place, everything is the same here. Like, anywhere you go, like middle class everywhere kind of thing. Oh, you're tired going to bed after stream. I bet. Sorry, it's late at night. Are expats leaving Japan like they left after March 11 because of Corona? What's expats? I need to learn English. Oh, patriotic Gestalt for the tip jar. Oh, wow, that's such a lot of money. Thank you so much. It really helps. Wow. People are saying the same thing. Wow. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I tried to, like, somebody bought my abstract art the other day, and I tried to send, but due to coronavirus, the mailing service stopped this service called EMS. Like, it's a rapid mailing system, and you can track what you send and so on. But it's stopped between Japan and the US right now. So even though I somehow managed to send, like, starting next year too, we can't no longer send, like, handwritten label of EMS, the rapid service. Like, America is changing the system to avoid all kinds of problems, right? Like, mailing system. So I was like, at the post office, I was like, oh, Trump administration. Like, yeah. It was tough, but it's good. Oh, have a good day, Yoko. Oh, thank you. Expats, someone who left their country of origin to live in another country. Oh, yeah. After Corona, I don't hear about it if people left due to that. Maybe some people hurried back home. That's something I can imagine, but the opposite thing is happening. Like, I have a friend in Switzerland, and she wanted to come back. Like, every year she comes home, right? But she wanted to come back to Japan, but she can't because of COVID-19. So we are really sad about it, but she's getting tough there in Europe. Yeah. You really hate Marcus. Interesting. Yeah, well, I really hate them too. Like, I wish that people would understand how communism has killed so many people. And yeah, I mean, oh, another super chat. Thank you, Victor. Off topic, I hear a PlayStation game, Ghost of Tsushima, from a Western studio is a big hit. Thoughts? Oh man, I am so sorry, but I'm not familiar with games at all. It's actually my first time to hear that name, though. Yeah. Is it a big hit? I need to look it up. Oh, Rand B said, yes, Ghost of Tsushima is amazing. Is it Tsushima, right? Yeah. Huh, interesting. Now I'm curious. I installed a new game. Like, it makes me look like I'm playing all the time, but I swear I'm not. I moved to a new place and I'm like, I need to have fun, like unpacking and so on. And it's called Sky on phone. You can play on the phone in Sky and you can fly. So stupid, sorry. What you call the art and everything is amazing. 原稿をテーマにしたゲームですか？すごい。あ、対馬、それで対馬。Is it about Mongolian invasion to Japan? Somebody told me in Japanese. If so, that's like, wow. You know what's interesting about that history, though? So back in the day, like, when was it? Like 1,000 years ago? Mongolians, I mean, it was like Mongolia had an empire, right? But their, like a little men were Chinese and Koreans and so on. And they came to Tsushima, our island, and also to Fukuoka, my prefecture as well. But it shows, like, you know, there are really like vicious history of that. But let's put it aside. And what's interesting is that Mongolians were really, 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 really strong back in the day. But today, like one of our alliance is Southern Mongolians, and they are oppressed by China. But I know from that history that they are really like burning inside, and they're so strong. And I really wish that we could do something about it, that if we help the right people, we can counter attack China. So yeah. China virus, yes. Wuhan virus, I call it Wuhan virus. But depending on the situation, I change the name, like how I call the virus. Like, obviously you and I are on the same side, so I don't emphasize on that. But when I have to point out, I do, like, ooh, it's a Wuhan virus. Yoko-san, do you know bilingual Chika-san? Oh, yes, I heard about her. I don't know. I know of her, but I don't know what she's up to. Globalist virus. Oh, Jim-san, oyasumi nasai. China Uncensored and NTD make good news video on China. I agree. But China Uncensored was so difficult for me when I tried to watch. Yeah, my friends are friends with China Uncensored. Like, we're on the same side. Okay, that's about it, I guess. Huh, man, it's interesting about the game, by the way. I need to check that out, Tsushima. Okay. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm sorry I am not good at picking up questions, even though this is Q&A. But I hope I got.
さっき30ドルくれたパトリック・クール系なんとか、I donate some YouTubers。最後から来た。
最後か。
どんどん増える。
Oh, Patrick, I donate some YouTubers Timple STYX V Sargon. Is it bad that I can't read? Man, I should check out all these other channels so that we could collaborate. The collaboration really is effective in like, making friends and, making each other popular and so on. So, Oh, by the way, somebody last week reached out to me for an interview. I haven't replied. I've been very slow due to the moving, But anyway, it's been an hour, so I have to go. But thank you. Oh, check out Dave Cullen. Okay. Got it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hate to leave you guys, but I have to go. So I hope I didn't miss any super chat. I think I read everything. Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys. I will look through your comments and so on. So I know it's late for the majority of you. So thank you so much for sticking to the end. Next week, I'm coming back again at the same time. So please come again and let's interact. And in the meantime, if you miss me, follow me on Twitter at Random Yoko. You can talk to me there. Sometimes I'm quiet, but anyway, good night, everyone. I'm gonna have lunch. It's 1 p.m. So thank you. I'm gonna go now for real. So thank you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye. Bye-bye.